Welcome everybody back to the Greg Lansing Show here on GoSycamores.com, as it was a thriller in Peoria, Illinois earlier this week, but now it's time to turn the page against the Drake Bulldogs this weekend as we welcome Coach Lansing back. And Coach, it's just how you drew it up, right? Wednesday night in Peoria, Illinois. That's just a typical night in the Valley.
Well, you know, for people, anybody that had to watch that thing, I'm sure we set basketball back in time a little bit, but it was beautiful to us. You know, we hadn't had a road win in quite a while, and the way the year's gone, the way we've struggled in the league play, but we've actually played pretty decent in the last four and a half games, and we didn't play all that well, but we fought really hard, and our defense was more like what we've been in the past in that second half, and we did just enough to win.
It was hard to really fathom for me when I heard Coach Lou on post-game radio bring up 16 games this year now. Have been one possession in the final 2 minutes of a ball game. I know UNI was one of them. What do you really say? I know the record's not where you and this team wants it to be, but even understanding where your record is at, how would you describe the resilience of your bunch?
Well, you know, it's a really difficult schedule too, and to have that many close games throughout the year. And in our past, the 6 previous years, we win the majority of those games. We just don't have the IQ that we need to at the end of the games on the offensive end and defensive end. We don't have the specific D stoppers that we've always been able to rely on and put on their best player, put on their best 2 players. So we've struggled there. But what it does show is the guys have fought awful hard. They've hung together. We've had chances to win. Boys, a 6 for sure, but you need to win more of those. And last night, without making the plays on the offensive end that we needed to, we got defensive stops when we needed to. And once we can figure out the way to quit fouling a little bit, I think that'll even be better.
One of the guys you brought up for his defensive effort against Bradley was Amandre Rickman. So for Amandre specifically, what have you seen from him in practice that is now starting to translate on the floor?
Well, any young person that has been on a team that hasn't got to play as much as they'd like to, it's difficult. I wasn't a great college player. I was one of those guys that came on the bench, and I knew I had to kill myself every day in practice to be able to earn those minutes. So anybody that's been through something like that, you understand that when you come into a game, you come in there and I don't want to make a mistake, or I don't want to do. So you're not giving your maximum effort. You're thinking about the negative more than the positive and having a positive impact on the game. And we had high expectations. We do have high expectations for Amandre. Last year he should have redshirted. We had to throw him to the Wolves with TJ Torres' Achilles, he and Murph both. But now, you know, maybe we're giving him a longer leash. Maybe in his head the light's gone on a little bit. Hey, I can play through mistakes and do that. And we wish it would have happened a little earlier, but the sky's the limit for that guy. And as long as he wants to be good, he's going to really be good, and he's practiced better, which allows the head coach not to jerk him out when he makes a mistake and yell at him every time that he's doing it, because I've been pretty hard on him. But the leash has been longer. He's taken advantage of it, and he's been really good these last 2 games.
One of the Post brothers for Amandre Rickman, TJ Bell, he joins the show right after this short break.
Ready to discover the newest marvel on the Mississippi? Hoops in the Heartland is returning to the Quad Cities. Don't miss the 2017 Missouri Valley Conference Women's Basketball Championship at the iWireless Center in Moline, presented by Aetna. Get your tickets and experience Hoops in the Heartland as 10 Missouri Valley teams battle it out for a final march to Selection Sunday. Get your tickets and get to the Quad Cities for Hoops in the Heartland.
Welcome back to the Greg Lansing Show, everybody. We're now joined by TJ Bell, senior here on the Sycamore basketball program. And TJ, appreciate the time as always. I know for you and the squad, what's it mean to finally get a road win in conference? I know that's been something you guys have been searching for a while.
Well, thanks for having me. It's been, it means a lot, just getting a win, getting any win we can get, especially on the road. I feel like guys stepped up and really helped us get the win.
What about this team, and I asked this to Matt Van Soik a week ago, what about this group, you guys as a collective group, really leads you to believe that you can get on a late season run here and really turn things around and be a team that not very many people want to see at the end of the season?
Well, I just think that we always believe, no matter like if we're down 10 or down 2, I think we have guys that are just willing to do whatever just to get the ball, get certain shots, or just being able to do whatever it takes to win. So like I feel like it doesn't really matter what happens. Like we're still gonna come together and play.
knowing it is your last ride, now being back with the program, what's it meant for you to be back? I can be a part of this.
It's been fun. I mean, I just like being around my teammates, whether it's like for a laugh or just being around them, just hanging out. I mean, even off the court, like we have a good time, but on the court, it's been great. I mean, I appreciate like just being around the guys. That's the biggest thing with me, and then just playing basketball, what we love to do.
Finally, Drake on Saturday. It's Alumni Day as well, but just you guys as a team, where do you need to make the biggest improvement to try to get the best of Drake in round 2?
I just think we just need to compete and play hard, and if we focus on ourselves, everything else will take care of itself.
You ready? Trying to get another win? You want to get another home win?
I'm ready.
We'll try to do it once again. That was TJ Bell. TJ, we appreciate the time as always.
All right, thank you.
Once again, that was TJ Bell. We'll be back right after this short break as Coach Lansing previews Alumni Day and the opponent, the Drake Bulldogs.
Get on the road to Arch Madness, March 2nd through 5th in St. Louis. But when you aren't at the games, be sure to visit the best entertainment venue in St. Louis, as Ballpark Village hosts the MVC Fan Hangout. It really is the perfect gathering place during Arch Madness. The MVC Fan Hangout begins 2 hours before the first game every day of the tournament. The MVC Fan Hangout at Ballpark Village is located blocks from Scott Trade Center and just north of Busch Stadium. See you there.
Welcome back to the Greg Lansing Show. Coach, Drake on Saturday. Before we talk about the Bulldogs, it's also a special day. It's Alumni Day inside the Holman Center. For you being a part of this program with 2 different stints, one as an assistant and as a head coach, you've really seen a lot of years for Sycamore basketball. So what does Alumni Day mean to you?
This place I have such great affection for. I couldn't be more blessed and fortunate to be the head coach at Indiana State. And you know, we haven't had a year like that we're having this year, so that's one thing. You know, you're disappointed in the job that I'm doing, disappointed for our players not to experience more success, and for our fans to have to go through it as well. But every program I've ever been a part of, and still to this day, it's all about the former players. You know, we want them, we want to embrace them, we want them coming back. We want them wherever home is for them to be talking about Indiana State and Indiana State basketball. And I know this from the first time that I was here to now, our reputation has grown dramatically. Even in a year when you're going through something like this, our brand is known all over the place. Indiana State basketball is greatly respected. You still have that Larry Bird stigma going there, and that the 33-1 team, which we talk about all the time, as we should. But all these former players that have been through the really good times, the really bad times, for them to all be a part of what we're doing is something that's very important to me. We do it with our golf outing, bringing them back. You know, I just wish we could get it to where they could all come back. You know, there was one certain date where they could all come back, but I was talking to Carl Nix about it the other day. He can't get back because they play. But to have as many guys as come back, I already had a lot of good responses from former players, even when I wasn't the head coach or an assistant here. So I love it. It's one of the best days of the year.
We'll end on a basketball note here. Drake, the trip to Des Moines was one that I know we'd like to forget, and it wasn't one that was a pleasant trip. What can you take away from round 1 that you're really going to be talking with your group as you prepare for round 2 on Saturday?
Yeah, that's always an important one for me. I got all our family sitting behind us and behind our bench. So to go over there, we played as poorly as we played all year there. And that was really disappointing. It was just one of those nights you never felt like anything was going right or you were in the game at all. And they've played since their non-conference and the coaching change. They've just been playing free and having fun. Now they've struggled a little bit here as of late, but they are a dangerous offensive team. You have to guard that three-point line like crazy. They were up 8 against Wichita the other night in the second half. They switch up their defenses, and gosh darn it, we need to treat our home fans and our alumni coming back to a good one. And I know the type of characters in our locker room still. We've stayed positive. These guys continued to work even in our struggles, so we're going to go out there, we're going to play our tail off on Saturday.
Coach, we appreciate the time. I know it's been a while since we've been able to talk about a winning streak, but I look forward to talking about one next week.
We don't want to talk about next year 2 being a winning streak, that's for sure.
That's for sure. Once again, for TJ Bell and the coach Greg Lansing, this has been the Greg Lansing Show. We'll catch up with you next week, and we'll see you on Saturday for the game against the Drake Bulldogs inside the Holman Center. Once again, tip-off will be at 2 o'clock. For TJ Bell, for the coach Greg Lansing, and everybody with Sycamore Men's Basketball, I am Luke Martin. We'll talk to you next week, everybody.